The sun is shining. You know, they go into that Lucifer, that Obama. This was right before Obama was coming into office. So that sun is shining. The sun is shining. He's super cool. You know. So look, that's what they talking about. You know.
The lonely nights, they fade away. He slips into his white Nikes. He smokes a clip and then he's on the way to free his mind and searcher. To free his mind and searcher. To free his mind and searcher. So
you see, free his mind. You see how he said he smokes because they already know he got to carry them incense up the altar with all of the saints' prayers. You know. So that's enough right there. But basically, all of that, you know, that's how I go to that Thanos sitting alone. You know. Keep everybody as YNs, keep them all just dying off to the end, you know, when the world got to be finished, because the mission going to be done, but they want it by itself, the whole world destroyed, we took everybody to hell, and now you all alone in search of day and night, you know. That's all they saying, you know, he by himself on top of the altar, by himself, you know, the world full of blood, everybody, no matter how hard they tried and almost got there, Satan collected everybody, and that's what Satan's desire is. We can't let that happen, you know. It's very important to understand what's going on and why they do what they do, because, you know, as it's written, the Lord also shall say to the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. Remember, as it's written, Israel was given a bill of divorce by the father. That's why it says Judah is the head tribe. The Messiah rises through Judah. Salvation comes through Judah. Salvation don't come through Israel. You know, that's why they pushed that whole narrative that that's why it had to be split apart. The south and northern kingdom of Israel had to be, Judah had to be split apart. So then, as it's written, he gathered them together as one stick. He took two sticks, you know, of Judah and Israel, and made them under one stick, under Judah, because he's the head. That's why they got Israel as the ruler of, like, the religion, you know what I mean? In a sense of heritage, you know, in the world. You know, yeah, we're Israel Jews, Israeli Jews, Ashkenazi Jews, you know, the false Jewish. You know, Israel, you know, because they wanted, that's why they pushed it, Israel United of Christ, IUIC, and so forth. Israel, because they already know they leading people to damnation, because salvation don't come through Israel, it comes through Judah. The Messiah he's the Lion of Judah. That's why it's written in Revelation 2:9, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. The synagogue of Satan, that's why they pushed the Israel, that's why I had the Israel identity all throughout the world. Pray for Israel, Israel, Israel. So people don't know what's really going on. You know, the kingdom, it is Israel and Judah, but Judah is the head tribe. The kingdom is built on Judah. Judah is the foundation of the kingdom.